Hello Internet! Welcome to Gem Theory, a show where we explore the hidden facets of everyone's favorite cartoon about lesbian space rocks, Steven Universe. Since the show began in 1983, we've had a lot of unanswered questions. What is Onion's true plan? Who is Steven's actual father? And is Lars the worst person alive or the worst person alive? But a recent episode has shed some interesting light on a question I've always been curious about. What the heck is Lion? How does he relate to Rose and to Steven? I have a new theory that may surprise you. Or it would, if I hadn't given it away in the video title to get more views. To catch everybody up, Lion is a lion, first appearing in the episode Steven's Lion. But his exact nature and origins remain a mystery. Not even Pearl knows. Haha, stupid Pearl. There's a lot about Lion that raises questions. First of all, he's pink. Lions aren't supposed to be pink. What's up with that? Secondly, he has magical powers. I'm no zoologist, but I can state with confidence that the vast majority of lions in the wild are non-magical in nature. All we do know is that he has some fundamental relationship with Rose Quartz. This is clearly evidenced by the fact that she uses his magic main dimension as a spare closet. She put lots of stuff in there, like her sword, a nice t-shirt, the inert body of a woman she secretly murdered, a flag, garbage, mostly, but Rose's garbage. Also, she's pink, and he too is pink. That's pretty conclusive. But the final, most damning piece of evidence comes from their names. Rose has 4 letters. Lion also has 4 letters. No other character on the show has a 4-letter name. It's inarguable the two are definitely linked. But what is the nature of this relationship? That's one question that's never been answered. All we know is that Rose kept it quiet. She kept Lion a secret from the other crystal gems. Until Steven discovered him, not even Rose's closest and most trusted companion Pearl knew about him. Haha, stupid Pearl. Some theorize that Lion is some kind of manifestation of what's left of Rose, but I have my doubts about that. Lion's mane clearly indicates that he's a boy lion, and Rose was female. And if there's one thing we all know about Steven Universe, it's that it sticks very closely to the idea of a rigid gender binary. So what is the truth? Well, in light of what we see in the recent episode Buddy's book, I have a new theory as to Lion's origins. But first, let's take a second to quickly recap what we know about our protagonist, Steven. Steven is a human-gem hybrid with gem powers he inherited from his mother Rose. Rose created Steven by making a sex with a human. Allegedly Greg, if you believe the official story, but either way, Steven is half human. Rose gave up her physical form and her gem in order to pass on the entirety of her powers to Steven, who, she hoped, would be an even more powerful weapon of war than she herself was. But hold the phone. Now give the phone to me. Does this really make sense? Remember, Rose may have been sentimental, but she was no fool. During the war, both her followers and her adversaries were impressed with her tactical prowess. So isn't it strange that this tactician, this highly intelligent and calculating person, would choose to risk her entire existence on this little experiment? Pretty high stakes for a blind gamble, right? Well, what if it wasn't a gamble? What if Rose, like all good scientists, created a prototype before committing herself to her magnum opus of Steven? What if she tested the water by creating Lion first? The process would be simple. Naturally, she wouldn't pass on her gem, but she would still be able to gauge whether gem hybrids were viable. The resulting creature would also end up possessing at least a few powers of note. All she would have to do is try out the hybridization process she would eventually use with Greg to create Steven. Just not necessarily with a human as her partner. Which leads right to my hypothesis. The conclusion I reached after thinking the new episode over for a combined total of 27 seconds. Rose fucked a lion. Rose fucked a lion. Let's take a look at the episode. Rose is shown hanging out with a pride of 7 lions, and it's obvious her relationship with them is friendly, even intimate. Notice that she's petting this one, touching it with her hand in a way that is nice. I believe we may well be looking at Lion's father. Oh, what's that? The fact she's petting the animal isn't sufficient basis to assume she literally fucked it? Well, I seem to recall Lapadot being a popular ship back in the days when the only connection Peridot and Lapis had at all was that the former aided in the arrest and interrogation of the latter. So I'd say there's been flimsier foundations for relationships in this fandom, wouldn't you? This is my headcanon. Do not disrespect my headcanon. Rose fucked a cat. Suddenly, the explanation for why Rose kept lying a secret, even from Pearl, becomes obvious. Although we should never jump to conclusions when it comes to gem culture and what similarities, if any, it shares with our own values and morals, it's safe to say that, generally speaking, fucking wild animals is frowned upon. Rose just didn't want to be kink-shamed. So there you have it! Lion is a lion-gem hybrid created by Rose Quartz to test her hybridization theories, later used by Rose as a convenient dumping ground for secret murder corpses. Lion and Steven are half-brothers. Talk about a family tree. Or should I say a family rock? But hey, that's just a hypothesis. A gem hypothesis. Sorry for making you watch this.
Oh, of course! That's why he's pink!
It's a little obvious.